Hi guys, my name is Mihai Pop. I'm the project leading manager of DotSimple. DotSimple is an interface, it's a software application suite that I'm proposing to develop for accounting and business management solution. It's 100% web-based and it requires no installations whatsoever, and it allows, for obvious reason, it allows a customer to use it on any kind of platform, whether it's Windows, Linux or Macintosh. All the client will require is a web browser. Let me show you what I'm talking about. We open a browser, in this case Firefox. It works with any other browser. You go to a website address and you click to launch the application. Right, in there you're going to have a username and a password, and you're going to have a number of various company entities which you can create. In this case I'm going to choose Valachian Trading Enterprise. If you are not a registered user into the system, you can click on register and you can follow up a registration wizard, whereby it will have to have permissions and groups associated with this account, and an administrator would have to give permissions. If you've forgotten your username or your password, or you want to reset it, you can do so from here. Otherwise you can go ahead and log in. When you logged in, the main console will launch, and on it you're going to see various items. It will start off with a dashboard where you're going to create your own dashboard items. If you are an administrator or a manager, you obviously have different items. For a salesperson, will have other items. It all depends on the group that you belong to and the user rights that you have. You can add, we call them widgets. You can add a widget, you can have cash movements and so forth, and obviously there will be much more than that. Or if you want to reset, you can reset your dashboard. You can move the items around as you please. Let's say you don't want this item, you can delete it, or you can relaunch it again. You can minimize it or maximize it as you please. And this is virtually your launchpad. On the left hand side you have a tree of all the modules. In this case you'll have the core application modules, where you will find your general ledger, your inventory control, where you're going to control all your items and products and price lists, accounts receivable, where you're going to do your sales, orders and estimates and invoices and credit notes and so forth. Every module will be having its own sub-modules or functionality, and each module will have its own setup, where you can create options and item codes and payment codes and billing cycles and so forth, depending in which module you are. For example, in General Ledger, you'd be going to the setup and you'd create accounts, for example. Anyway, as you notice, the way you navigate, you click on a module, on the right hand side you'll have different launching items. You can view them in a large item or a detail or a medium items. On the top side you're going to have a main menu where you can choose to log into a different company, or you can options, or you can set up your settings. If you want your personalization, you can do so from here. Your help file will have things like community forum, where other users who use this system will be able to assist you with general questions, online help, which will be provided with various video casts such as this one, and so forth. Any changes to the application will be shown in here, an application change log. A quick search, this will be a general quick search tool which is quite powerful, whereby I'm planning to put let's say you choose to look for a sales invoice for a certain customer and you don't know the customer's details, but you know last part of the cell phone number. Then you can do so, and you can choose what you're looking to search for, and you can click search. A pull down menu will be then bringing up various items like invoices, credit notes belonging to a number that ends or has part of it as 0374. So it's a nice quick tool directly from the console. On below that you have what we call toolbars, and you can have more than one toolbar, and in the future you can even add more as you please. is you can customize it. To start off with, you have home and bookmarks, where you have your normal clipboard to cut and paste and delete items. And here you have your bookmarks, where instead of clicking on the left hand side and then get it on the right hand side, you just drag and drop it, and you will create a shortcut where when you log in, you can just click a button and start working. For example, if you would like to start to create a quote entry, you can do so. And this will be the quote entry, and this can be seen on a different video cast how it works. In summary, it follows the same route as the layout of the main console. In other words, there's top menu, there's help file, there's the toolbars. Obviously for every item there will be a different type of toolbar with different items, but in general it's the same layout. And then you have different tabs for different information, and obviously on any item transaction you will have a document number. Again, you can do a document number, you can click search or tab to be able to open if you know the exact estimate number. Otherwise, if you don't know the estimate number, you can again say Mich for Mihai, and you can choose what to search, under what to search for, and then you click search, a pull down menu will appear, you double click it, and then presto comes your quote. In the quote itself, you'll be able to have a calendar box, for example, and that will be flashing if there's things happening, like let's say there's a delay in purchases of glass for a company, from a company who develops an aluminum windows and doors and so forth. It delays the quote. It will send you some form of a messaging, and in turn you can send it to your customer. Anyway, in the headers and totals, you do your reference. If a client wants a reference, you can choose the document type, if it's a quote, if it's an order entry, if it's in a standing quote, and so forth. Then you have if it's an active or on hold, you have your dates, which again you can specify also the dates when it was estimated, ordered, expected, and so forth. And then here you create your customer details, where you can either create a new customer or you can search for one existing customer, which again will be able to set it up under AR customers, and again you can create customer groups and so forth. Anyway, and then you put in the customer name, if it's not a company or if it's a company entity, contact details, postal address, physical address, line details. Here you put your items one by one, and in the future you'll be able to group them, sort them, and summarize. For example, a client wants windows and doors. He wants to know how many windows, how many doors, etc. And then in the future there'll be a plus sign in front of each one of them, where you can click and it will expand and per line, and it will tell you how many in stock at a certain branch, an image where you can change the image if it's not a stock item, and so forth and so forth. In attachments, here any invoice generated from this document will be automatically attached. Any credit note, any purchase order that you bought from a supplier to sell it to this customer, any refunds, any money, any journal entry for adjustments, and so forth. So it's a nice drill down tool. In comments and logs, anything you do here, it will be logged automatically for auditing purposes. And any comments that you want to add, you can add comments. Receipts and refunds, if a client pays you, you can say how, when, who did it, how was it paid, save the transaction. You can either do a refund or receipt, and you can easily click on a print history and you'll get a printout of his history. Throughout the system, you will notice that at the bottom here and here, you will see a chat, Facebook-like, where you can chat with your co-workers, suppliers, and even customers. Let's say an order is ready, you want to announce the customer, you can do so by clicking on a customer name and then chat and say this has been this order is ready, please come and collect it, the following amount is outstanding, blah blah blah. And obviously the customer will not be online, so he probably or she will probably get an SMS directly from this console. Very useful tool. Anyway, many options here. Obviously this will be the core modules. In the future we'll be able to create new modules, things like manufacturing modules and business to business module, and a listing of leads to business, for example, whereby we keep track of projects and so forth. And every additional module, that's one module, two modules, three modules, any additional module, people will be paying an extra amount of money to be able to register themselves to this service. In general, I'm expecting 200 to 300 rands per month to use such an enterprise edition, and obviously with extra modules, each module will have its own price associated with it. Let's say a manufacturing module will be costing something to the region an extra 100 rands per month. Anyway, thank you very much for your time, and let's hope this will entice your curiosity of what else the system can do. Thank you. Bye-bye.